Wednesday, my dudes.
Good morning, everybody. That one, it's always a jump scare. I don't know why I'm used to it yet, but okay. Hi, welcome everyone. Today it is a Spence and Shoptalk. I'm running a little bit less on normal sleep than I normally am if I seem a little subdued, but it's fine. We're gonna power through it. Today's Spence and Shoptalk theme is kind of a year in review, but mainly just a place for positivity and reviewing our favorites of the year. And Katie, I know you're looking at me like that. If you check the description, the questions are in the description, and they haven't changed. Have changed. Because I was like, initially one of the questions was going to be a little bit, not spicy, but just like, controversial yet brave, I guess.
What was the question?
It's, it's not relevant anymore. So we're just going to do, positive things. I'm going to ask you guys to reflect on your favorites in terms of author, writerly related stuff this year. But some of them I think might take some thinking over, which is why I've included the questions in the description. So that way, when it gets time to talk about them, you've had time to think about it. So before we do any of that, though, we're going to introduce ourselves. We're going to say hello to the people who are here with us. And then we're going to jump into a sprint.
Whoa, who are we?
So, Stieg, how are you doing today?
I am ready for Christmas to arrive.
Oh, feeling jolly? Cheerful?
Don't know about jolly, but feeling
Holly?
merrily, maybe.
I mean, it makes sense because gift giving is your love language, right? So,
'Tis my season.
Also, wait, I'm sorry. Of course, not even 3 minutes into it, and I'm already starting off on a tangent. I've been seeing a trend in people being like, well, love languages are made up. Love languages, everything's made up, my friends. Sometimes it's just important for us to be able to understand is that certain things feel more special to us than others. Anyway, I don't know if anybody's out there seeing these posts where it's like, love languages are a made up thing. Like, everything's made up. Yeah. Anyway.
That's the whole point.
I know.
Everything is, we're in a simulation or whatever.
I know. But yeah, it's so funny to me because I feel like I love talking about people's love languages because I think it's a way of understanding somebody in the same way that you go, what's your favorite movie? Favorite movies are made up, but that doesn't mean it's not true for that one person of being like, this movie is more emotionally touching to me than others, in the same way that this way of interacting with me is more emotionally touching to me than others. So I don't know. That's my little, not very controversial and not very brave. That's my little statement of the day. Anyway, Katie.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
No, that's the question you get asked.
You didn't ask me that.
Well,
I need to be asked
in the silence.
Oh, okay. So every time there's a silence, I should just say how I am.
No, it's a literary technique because I had asked Stieg that question, and thus the repeat of the question was implied in the silence.
I don't know if that's a literary technique, but it's not a hill I'm willing to die on at the moment. I'm doing okay. I have a lot to do today. I have a lot of work to do today, so that's what.
What's some of the work that you have to do today?
I have to edit a podcast, and
you haven't done that yet? Isn't the podcast supposed to go up today? Catherine.
It was supposed to go up yesterday, actually. Yeah. Look, I procrastinated yesterday by hanging out with y'all, so
I really need to stop reinforcing this behavior.
Lisa, it is me and Miranda Rhodes' tennis podcast. It is called Backhands and Compliments. You can find it on Spotify, Apple Music, or wherever you find Spotify. Nope, wherever you find podcasts. Personally use Spotify. And we have beginner-friendly episodes towards the beginning. It is ATP 101, I believe it is, in ATP 102, where we tell you how tennis works and what to look out for in tennis. So if you want to learn about tennis and listen to me and Miranda ramble for, a long time about random shit, it's a good time. Anyway, so I have to edit that today. And then I also, need to do some work for Januarimo. Oh, yeah. I'm trying to get ahead on Januarimo. I don't know how well it's working, but we have some things planned, except for the one thing, the main event, which is Week of Trouble. So we will have to discuss that backstage today.
Okay.
If we have our fourth person, because as Lisa says, where is Grapple?
Where is Grapple? We don't know. And
grappling with being on time.
My internal anxiety is saying that she has passed away, but
no,
she's likely overslept.
No, she literally responded to something Steek said earlier today, didn't she?
Well, then that's
3:39 a.m.
Now I know she didn't oversleep. So now
No. It was at 3:39 a.m. So clearly that's when she went to bed, and so she didn't wake up on time.
Okay, so then it is likely that she overslept. Okay, we're calming down.
There we go.
Let's say hello to everybody. I want to be responding to this.
Who's the Goop, Ho, and Himbo? Which one? Tag yourself. Or Slut, Ho, and Himbo.
I'm the Wednesday.
Okay. I think I'm the Slut.
I'll take the Ho.
That means Grapes and Himbo. Perfect. Tag yourself, people.
Madison has a lot of work to do today. I luck in your journey, my friend. I'm sorry, guys. That's gonna be a repeat action for me today. The yawning. Okay. Hi, Lisa. Hello, Nikki. Is Nikki Slay gonna join us today?
We'll see.
Neon Moon. Hello, everybody. We're so glad that you're here as well. What a noise that was. I know. First, that was almost like a microdose of caffeine for me. I was like, oof. And then I heard that and I was like, oh. Hello, Wendy. Hi, Michael. Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for being here today. Thank you for being here today. Sorry, anyway. The brain. Okay.
The brain's doing brain things.
Apparently, we're not going to be filtering our intrusive little so get ready to hear random quotes all morning, you guys. Yeah, I haven't slept in way too long and I'm having all the anxiety. I'm sorry. Do you have an appointment today, Lisa? If so, I hope that goes well. Anna is here. What else really grinds my gears? I said that today was going to be a positive stream, so that little complaint about people trying to invalidate love languages, it's going to be the one thing. Maybe. We'll see. Just, let's get into a couple sprints and see if I start getting really pissed off because I'm tired, Lisa says there's genuine discourse about the way love languages can be misused and how the author of the book sucks, but I agree that it's super important to know how we love people.
I agree.
Didn't know it was a book.
Yeah, I've never read the book. It's
neither have I.
Neon says she's not late. Y'all are early. Actually, this stream was scheduled.
A lizard is never late though, so.
Okay. But is she a wizard? I thought she was a himbo. I thought we just decided that.
I guess himbos are late.
Lisa says that's a relatable brain thing. My OCD brain doesn't know that every time I don't know where people are. Mine too. And it's not fun. It's not fun. Wallace says have Wednesday vibes. That's so funny because I feel like most people would think like Wednesday, like the day of the week Wednesday, like hump day. You're telling me I've got hump day vibes. or like Wednesday from like the Addams Family, because I feel like I'm kind of opposite in personality to Wednesday Addams.
Yeah, you're definitely Wednesday day.
Yeah,
I'm a little. even though I self-described as Wednesday from that horrible list of things, I'm a little insulted.
What's wrong with himbos? Hello?
What's wrong with
Himbos are great.
Wednesdays?
What's wrong with hoes and sluts? Are you slut shaming over here? Hello?
I feel like Wednesdays aren't. I don't know. They're nobody's favorite day of the week.
It's my favorite day of the week.
It's everyone's favorite day of the week here. If it's not your favorite day of the week and you're in your chat, leave. Because we stream on Wednesday, so it has to be your favorite day of the week. And if you're here, you have to love Wednesday. We
require that of you in this cult.
Yes,
we do not. No. Lisa,
we're not going to passed away and made your leader, Wallace.
Me. I just decided it. You guys all keep calling me the CEO of this company, so I have taken on the, whatever of that title, the responsibilities of that title. Lisa says that she personally relates to slut, and I love that for you. I have therapy in an hour, so yes, hopefully that will help. Good. But isn't it positive to get stuff off your chest? Yes, but I believe in doing that in a controlled environment. Is this not a controlled environment? No, because we don't know what lurkers are lurking, and my thing is that like I want to be in a space where we enter and I say, I need to vent, I need to do this. And the people, I can see the people's faces so I can know if they're actually receptive to receiving negativity and that they're in a headspace where they can like be in the presence of my negativity without it affecting the rest of their day. When you're like watching somebody and somebody's like overly negative, it can have ripple effects. And I don't want to be doing that today. Now, there's some streams where I'm like, fuck it. Here's everything that's annoying me. And it's going to be all of y'all's problems. Lisa says, himbos are always late. So I feel like that's on brand. Hi, Sacraluna. No, you were bringing the positive vibes. I was just I'm blaming it on the sleep deprivation. Not horrible. Also, we have a response from the Great Fry. She says, alive. I guess my phone died in the middle of the night, so I missed my alarms. Oh, I'm impressed that she still woke up. Like, so am I. Yeah. Something internally, her internal clock of Wednesdays. What did you do? Lisa says, I just think out of all the possible options there, Wednesday is probably the best one. A tiny bit of Adams, mostly the day of the week, but in like a wacky Wednesday way, not like in a hump day way. Okay. This is so sweet. I love Wednesdays because you're all here. Right, Crystal? No, we can't lose Crystal. Then lie to us. No, don't do that. What? What? This is the mood I'm in today, okay? Oh my goodness. Michael's favorite day is Thursday. I would love to know why. This is part of our day. Oh my god, this is part of this Prince of Shoptalk, guys. What's everybody's favorite day of the week? Unofficial first question. Yeah, unofficial first question. What's everybody's favorite day of the week? I love that.
Mondays and Wednesdays. Do we have to choose? Can we choose two?
Yeah. I'm not making the rules here. I mean, I am, but I'll allow it.
20 seconds ago, when you said I make the rules here, I am CEO.
Oh, okay. Wallace, no, you have to wait until Goop Tuesday to pass away for Weester. Yes, that is true. Yes, Weester. That is true. Anna says, I'm still not used to the return of Wednesdays and get pleasantly surprised by the notification every time. Oh, that's sweet. I'm glad that we're a pleasant surprise and not a jump scare. Flora says, travel time definitely makes Wednesdays considerably better. You guys are the sweetest. Still not my favorite day, though. Sorry. And that's fine.
Well, you can fuck off then, Flora.
No, stop it. Please.
Ellie.
Oh, my gosh.
Ellie.
Hi. Did I miss the let's have a moment for Katie's hair moment? Well, we technically did this yesterday, but I'm happy to do it again. It is beautiful. I got my hair done. No, I don't feel like it deserves. No, I didn't do anything. I just sat in a chair and let my hairstylist go to town. I did, but she looks good. Lisa says, Katie, you are totally glowing today, bestie. Some Wednesdays are better than other Wednesdays. I will just say that. Yeah, sometimes I feel real rough on a Wednesday, but today I was like, oh, I gotta look good. I was saying, stop pulling people.
You're not my real mom, Lisa.
She's not your fake mom either. So.
Actually, yeah, you have no parental control over me, Lisa. So.
CEO Walsh just admitted to not running her company in a controlled way. Did I make that announcement?
Yeah.
Okay. Just gonna keep you guys on your toes. Wendy says, or what? No, Kelly says Monday and Saturdays are her favorite day. Are people hearing the waterfall next to me? One of my neighbors just went to the bathroom. Lisa says, listen, you are both a pleasant surprise and a jump scare. And you know what? That's an honor and I will take it.
Yeah, can I put that on my resume?
Michael says, I don't know. Thursday to me has always felt like a happy group in the week for me to fall in.
Oh, cute. I love that.
This makes me sad. What kind of environment have we been cultivating that if we were just nice, people would be like,
what happened to them?
I mean, if they want nice people, they can go watch like the Chaos Queens or something.
Well, they should already be doing that, first of all.
Yeah, if you're not watching the Chaos Queens, get out.
Well, no, but what's up with all of this? Like, what's it called? Ultimatums? Like, lines in the sands for people?
Yeah, those are lines in the sands. You cannot watch us.
No.
Like, that's fine. You can hate a Wednesday, that's fine. But if you don't watch and support our friends, how fucking dare you?
Some people
I don't care. Watch it on the replay when you're not busy.
Oh my goodness. Threats is a
What
good one. At least have been threats. My goodness. Sagaloom says, my favorite day of the week changes every week, depending on which day I deal with less BS for my day job. But Wednesdays and Fridays tend to be pretty solid. Love that. Crystal's favorite day of the week. I don't have one. Every day is mostly the same as every other. Or is that the depression talking? It could be. Oh, my brain is like, let's troubleshoot. But
let's diagnose Crystal.
Crystal didn't ask for troubleshooting, so I'm going to hold off. Crystal, wish you all the best. Lisa says, you've been cultivating sibling vibes. You know what? I don't know
about that. I'm a lot more polite to my brother than I am to you guys. I don't know.
Maybe that's because he's not your real brother.
Wow, okay, spilling family tea live on main.
Wait, no, that's not what I meant. No, that's not what I meant. No, I meant that we're real siblings, like in a found family kind of way. That's not what I meant. No. I swear, Steve, that's not what I meant.
Drama.
I swear that's not what I meant. That's not what I was referring to. Oh my god.
That's too funny.
Sorry.
I hate blue.
Okay. Anyway. Okay. Crystal says, see now, that I can stand behind because Trouble has way more views than we do. Well, then we should all. When's the next chaos stream? First of all, that's the one thing. You guys need consistency, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's so inconsistent, and it gets put on the calendar, but like, even if it's just once a month, like consistency. I'm voting Chaos Queen's channel. Do pull our move. You have Marta already. She can design the banner for you. For people who don't know, the lovely Marta designed the banner of the Troublemakers channel twice because she added the words for us a year later when we got our branding.
Talk about customer support. 10 out of 10.
What's your request, girl? Drop it.
It's the honeypot, so that's a sprint request. Fuck off, kid.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, she's doing this whole things with bees and honey, and I don't approve.
I only look at rats.
I'm sorry. I said no ultimatums, but in this house, we do rats.
Yeah.
You cannot put disrespect on Violet's name like this. Yeah. Honey, not here. Not here, honey.
We don't run this program. Rats do.
Wendy doesn't have a favorite day of the week. Is that because you like all of them the same, or you dislike all of them the same? Which I guess is the same sentence, but it's a glass half full, half empty kind of vibe.
Yes.
Yeah, I will not. I'm trying to actively work on not immediately being like, have you tried these 5 different ways to solve your mental illness? Because Sometimes that's not what helps.
The advice the experts don't want you to know.
Let's troubleshoot. Should be a new segment where the troubleshoot calls in to get advice. Honestly, though, I will say that has been a couple months ago we did a Sprints and Shoptalk where it was.
That was so fun.
I really enjoyed that one.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that one, and it was both like troubleshooting in terms of like getting yourself to write, but also troubleshooting like issues within your writing. You know, we talked about people's plots and stuff. It was very good.
It's a good time.
Positive vibes with a dash of drama.
Yeah. He really was like, let me give you a kiss, bestie.
Okay, everybody. The Chaos Queens are streaming tomorrow. Also, I love that there was no context. Tomorrow, what time, babe? On whose channel?
2 p.m. 2 p.m. for sure. I don't know whose channel, but they're always streaming at 2 p.m. Eastern time.
Okay. Hey, we try really hard, but shit keeps happening. I don't know why I tried to censor it. You said fuck earlier. Like, it's the inability to be consistent for me. Come on.
Also, hello. Sorry, first of all. Why did no one tell me to put on the calendar that the Chaos Queen stream is happening tomorrow? Because it's not on the calendar and nobody told me. So, hello.
To be fair, I've told you stuff and you haven't put it on calendar, so.
When?
Not last month, the previous month. You didn't put any of my streams on, even though I requested it. And then you put all of Grape's streams on, even though she didn't ask for it.
Okay, listen. That happened
Tell me you have
November.
a favorite sibling without telling me you have a favorite sibling.
I also
Katie,
forgot
you'll go
Grape
first.
too. I also forgot Grapes too in November. And so I just started putting all of y'all's streams just every single day that you said you were streaming. I just put it on there so I don't forget. So too bad you're streaming now every day, every Monday and every Friday. Grape.
Sounds like a Scottish person trying to say grape.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah, grape.
Grape frey.
Kelly says, I do enjoy Sundays as I have a nice long chat with a dear friend over Zoom. And also for anybody who's interested in a sprint, because we're approaching 25 minutes into the stream, I do have the timer up already. I just got to get through the chat. Kelly, Miss Honeypot. Anyway, I've had this stream up since 30 hours ago and I still missed the start. Oh my God. I did and I didn't. This is the thing about me. If she's one thing, she's inconsistent, and it's up to you guys to come along for the ride. Hi. We're the bees. I didn't know the rules of this compy change. I'm about to make this my whole personality. What is this word? I didn't know the rules of this compy change per stream.
What is the
Of this
word?
company change per stream? I didn't know the rules of this company change.
I didn't know the rules of this company, comma, change per stream. I don't know.
Compy change. It's got like such a whimsical. What? Okay, everybody, let's define a word. Compy change. Let's make
It
a new
is-
word here. This is the new Riz. This is like in 5 years, everybody's gonna be saying this. Compy change.
I think it is when you change your compy, as in the dinosaur.
What?
Compy. We're trying specifically to define compy.
Compy is a word already.
What's a compy?
It's a dinosaur.
No, it is not.
It is
What?
too. You know those compy? Yeah.
What?
Who?
It's like a tiny, tiny dinosaur.
Hey Siri.
What's a compy?
Okay, I found this on the web from the compy. Check it out.
It's saying like computer science and stuff. Like
Compy is a
Compy
colloquial term for a compsognathus.
I
In
think
the Jurassic Park.
I think that's a little too niche of a word for it to represent this word I'm trying to get to take over the English language.
You think?
I need a more broad definition.
No, chomp is a word to chomp down on something. But a compy is an abbreviation, or like a shortening of the word of a dinosaur. It's pretty common. I don't think that's very niche. I think this word that you're trying to...
Is it pretty common, Steve?
Is this word that you're trying to create right now pretty common, Wallace? I don't fucking know.
Oh my goodness.
It is dino. Thank you. I feel seen.
I'm glad people.
I've never heard of this. I'm sorry.
There's a lot of things I haven't heard about. Doesn't make them less real, Katie.
I didn't say it wasn't real. I was just saying I didn't know.
Okay.
I'm just admitting my ignorance. I did not know.
Oh.
Martha.
Well, now I feel bad. Y'all could set up a Google type
Mm.
form so people could anonymously ask for troubleshoot without attaching the name to the problem. That is brilliant. But
I like this.
also, and granted, we'll do whatever people are comfortable with, but my ultimate goal is that we do create a space where people are comfortable sharing how they're feeling about stuff. But also, I know that this is,
It's not a lifestyle channel.
well, and it's not an isolated area, right? Like anybody could come in. So I get the desire for anonymity.
Anonymity.
Animosity?
Okay, kid, don't hurt yourself. What movie?
I don't know. It's one princess.
No.
Princess Bride.
No, come on.
Twitches.
Come on.
Diary
Think
of a
hard.
Wicked Kid.
Sandlot.
There's somebody going, okay, kid, don't hurt yourself. What movie?
Nemo.
Yes, correct.
No, I mean, I saw Lisa and
Oh.
Sayla say it
Well,
personally.
good job, guys. You all need to watch more movies. And Katie, you worked in a movie store. Hi.
Okay, that's seen too many.
Mm-hmm. I'm using this accountability for data science homework. Well, do I have bad news for you that we have not even started sprinting yet? So, but maybe that's good. Wow, I love the hard turn from aggressively promoting Chaos Queen's call. This is not just the stream of hard turns. I don't know what it is.
Yourself tape.
Solder, it's coming. It's coming. We're getting so close. Ooh, that's what.
Actually,
Yourself
you're not even close, Wallace. You're not even close.
I am close. Okay, the head tilts. Yes, we were all confused. Comp change. Also, yes.
Comp stats,
Marco,
police stats. There you go.
Compy change. An official change to a competition. Are you thinking, Sean? Oh, Stieg is right. It's a dino. I just Googled company and Stieg is or compy and it's right. Common is overrated. SAS levels rising. Hug it out.
No,
Okay.
they're not huggers.
You could do the compization of composognathus. So like the change of diminution of something less 5 words. There were too many words about what medicine. Oh, it's a cute dino. Anna says, just because it's in your head, Harry, why does that mean it's not real? Lisa says, sometimes I think I'm too comfortable sharing in here. Honestly, same. Lisa also says Nemo. Ink Study says we could do something in Discord server as like a therapy room.
We already have that.
That is true.
Self-opening arrangement.
Sakaluna says Nemo. Thank you guys for understanding where I was coming for. What?
Tyler, your sex tape.
Gay says I want to be insane for a bit. Please be.
You've come to the right place, babe.
Really? Guy said I would say this stream off the rails, but I'm sure.
Do we even have rails? Yeah. Like.
So, maybe we should just end it. Maybe we should just end this. We've done our job. Anyway, anyone just getting excited for the new year? Yes. Like Lisa says. Let me start the stream like positivity, and now it's like, positivity. Lisa says, high five it out. Whoosh. Making me giggle. Anyone this just
Certainly seems like it.
Where's Lexi when you need her? Okay.
Believe.
Why did I stop?
Just put this in a reel that's titled Wallace Loses Her Mind, and then just this in a succession.
Guys, this is what 4 hours of sleep looks like. Share. Full screen. I know it's December, but just deal with it. It's pumpkin spice pomodoro, 25 minutes.
Love a pumpkin spice.
whatever the music plays at the time. It might play the whole time. Okay, we're gonna pause. Otherwise, we just be dancing.
Is it
Can you
just
have to answer 5 minutes?
3 minutes of song?
It's 5 minutes a song because it's a 5 minute break because it's a perfect Pomodoro. Okay.
The perfect Pomodoro.
How did that spring go for you, Steve?
I did not a lot. I ate dinner and then I just vibed.
What'd you have for dinner?
Leftover pizza from yesterday.
Ooh, lovely.
Is it-
What was on it?
5, almost 6 p.m. where you were?
Yeah?
Okay.
It's 5.
It's almost 5.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's kind of an early dinner.
Is it?
Yeah.
I think if you eat dinner while the hour still has 4 in the front, it's a little early. But like, there's no judgment. It's just I got confused for a second. Is all I'm saying.
Oh,
I would consider that almost a late lunch.
okay.
During that sprint, I edited / listened through and just I've changed my editing style for the podcast because it's just not sustainable the way I was doing it before. I have listened through 29 minutes of the podcast, so and 45 minutes left.
I took a bite. Sorry. I washed dishes that I had left for myself overnight, which I normally don't do. And because I like to go to bed with my kitchen totally clean, but
I thought your kitchen was totally clean. What other dish did you have after you got off with us?
maybe we made ourselves a little midnight snack.
Because I remember you being like, my kitchen is now clean.
Yes,
You know,
it
we're
was.
good.
It was.
Well, bamboozled.
I know.
Oh, bye, Lisa. Have fun at
Bye.
have fun at therapy. Have a good therapy session.
Have a therapy.
Have a therapy.
Might watch
Yes.
the replay, Lisa says. Thank you for the might.
Love the mic. Yeah, don't make us too egotistical about it or anything.
But yeah, so I watched those dishes while I was heating up. I let me say this. I had a regulating sprint. I turned on some music. I filled.
It just sounds like you pooped.
Yeah, I did not. I turned on some lovely music via the YouTube channel Alex Rainbird. So it was like playing in my apartment very softly. I filled my kettle with hot water, put it on the stove, washed my dishes while my kettle was heating. Excuse me. Made myself a cup of coffee, a French roast or French press cup of coffee. Made myself breakfast, a repeat of the Chunky Monkey morning toast from the cookbook I'm cooking my way through. Self-promotion. I have an Instagram called Bellissimo Cooks if you want to go see the random stuff that I make in my kitchen. This is a repeat, so I won't be posting a picture of it. And then
Don't follow her. You can just leave us.
what?
Like, if you don't follow your food account, they can just leave the chat.
You don't need to do that if you
Leave the
don't-
chat, yeah.
Because food pictures aren't everybody's forte, especially the way
I don't care. I don't
Not
care.
where I take them. I have asked for Christmas. I have asked for a food styling. One of my neighbors just went to the bathroom.
Again? Damn.
A food
Talk about regulation.
I really am telling everybody's business. I've asked for a food styling book for Christmas to maybe up my game a bit, but I also struggle because it's like I want to take pictures as things are, not and like I don't want to spend all this time making the picture look great because by the time that is done, then the food is cold and I'm like eating the food that I'm making. So I don't know. Anyway, okay. How did everybody do for that sprint? Bye, Catherine.
Hi.
Michael says that sprint I booked a compy change for my vehicle. Yes, it's a diesel. Oh, I love that. Maybe that's what compy change. Maybe compy change is just anytime we do a change of something, we just compy change.
So we just make the word longer. Gotcha.
Mm-hmm. But maybe it's like compy means like comparable change. Like it's a change, but it's comparable to the way that it was. I don't know. I'm spitballing here. Okay. Oh, well, Kelly is getting right on board with the first question of today's Sprints and Shop Talk, which is what is your favorite book of the year? But before I ask this question specifically to Stieg, I'm going to go through the comments about how people did during that sprint. So you have time to think about it, Stieg, if you have not already thought about it.
Beep, boop, beep, boop, boop.
Kelly says, I read a lot of really good books this year, but the one I always come back to is Thistlefoot. Oh, I love that title. That's great. Just Davis says, we eat before 5 p.m. too. Our kid goes to bed at 7. Fair enough. Look, again, I'm sorry if my comments about the early dinner/late lunch came off as judgmental. They weren't meant to. I was just confused because normally you eat dinner later. And so
No.
what time is it? No?
I always eat dinner when I come home from work.
How long have we been friends?
3-something years? 4 years? I don't even know.
Wow. Crystal played World of Warcraft that sprint and watched Leverage. No working on things today. Lisa read 14 pages. Grape's laptop is dead, so maybe we're just going to be enjoying her in the comments. Grape, we miss you.
R.I.P.
Be charging that laptop, please. Neo Moon, I reread October's Project, and it's better than Ask and you shall receive. Hello, my love. Are you here with us? I feel like
Are you in the room?
I'm here.
Hi. How are you?
Ray.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I am fresh and so clean. I took a shower during that sprint.
Good. I love
Also, the greeting you got compared to me and Katie. Wallace is playing favorites.
Neo Moon said, I rewrote October's Project and it's better than I remember. The first 25% needs to be rewritten, so I'm creating a reverse plotline to make a revision plan.
Fun.
Walk us through it. What is your process for reverse outlining? Grape, Just Ava also had a shower during that sprint.
Love that
Kelly
for us.
says, yes, true. Kelly says, Wallace always sounds like such a well-adjusted adult. First of all, I'm
LOL.
sorry, I've been giving off that vibe because woo-hoo-hoo. Anyway, and when she describes her day, it's giving cottagecore Ghibli romanticization, and I'm here for it. Yep, because we cling to that because this last year was giving Ghibli. What's the one Ghibli movie where it's all about it? The metaphor is about the atomic bomb. What's that one?
I've only watched one Ghibli movie, so I can tell you.
Oh, well,
I also
I'm
don't
pretty
know
sure
this.
there's a Ghibli movie where it's like the whole metaphor is about
I've
the
only watched the
aftermath
one about the bathhouse.
of the no, not Spirited Away.
Atomic bomb. Let's see what Google has to say. Grave of the Fireflies?
Yes, Grave of the Fireflies. Yes, because that's kind of been, unfortunately, the vibe I've been dealing with for the past. I mean, I feel like I've gotten over. No, that's not true. We're on a
The
soft
upswing.
slope. We're on a softer slope than we were last year, but it took a lot of walking specifically. Anyway, BRB family friend is here. Whose family friend? Oh, Katie's.
Katie.
Okay. Kelly, I grabbed a snack and I'm checking out Movers. Ooh, Kelly, give us update on life. What city did you pick? Are you going? Because I was saying Calgary? I forget last time. I was saying
no idea.
Calgary rather than, was it Edmonton?
I think
I'm
a
not
lot of
trying to
votes for
stop.
Edmonton, actually.
Were there? But Calgary has mountains. I feel like I would have said Calgary. Jessica says that her favorite book of the year was The Glass Witch. Is this The Glass Witch by Lindsay Puckett? That's so sweet. I've been waiting
Probably
for
the other Glass Witch.
What's the other Glass Witch?
I don't know. I was just being facetious. I don't think there's another Glass Witch.
Joseva says, I've been awake over 12 hours by 5 p.m. Do you eat that late in your day? I don't know. I just eat anytime I'm hungry, so I don't even know why I'm criticizing anybody. And it wasn't meant to be criticized. Anyway, Neon Moon says, my favorite book of the year was Mind Over Magic by Lindsay Buroker, or actually the whole Witch in Wolfwood series. I love that title. Just Ava says, I also have second dinner some nights, though. That was me last night, Ava. Anyway, now that we're kind of in the era of people answering the question, Stieg, what was your favorite book of the year? And you're allowed to have multiple answers because I know like picking a favorite is high pressure. So if you want to be
It's
like,
very easy. My favorite book of the year was The Day of Holy Night by Samantha Shannon.
oh, okay. I love that. Do you want to give a pitch for it for the people watching of why you think you should read it?
If you like good books, you should read it.
Okay. Would you like to give context for the book?
A Day of Holy Night by Samantha Shannon is a prequel to The Priory of the Orange Tree by Samantha Shannon.
Mm-hmm.
And it's set in this world that she's called, in this series called The Roots of Chaos, which basically deals about this fantasy world that she has. And in The Priory of the Orange Tree by Samantha Shannon, aforementioned by me 10 seconds ago, there's this huge thing going on. And then it's like mentions of historical events. And then in The Day of Holy Night by Samantha Shannon, we get to experience this historical
events. And just correct me if I'm wrong, but you can read these books in any order, correct? You can read Day of Holy Night if you want.
You can. They're standalones in a series.
Yeah.
But they're connected, but not to the extent where the plot is connected, if that makes sense.
Yeah. And I would just like to say, Sieg, in his endless friendship and generosity, gifted me the audiobook of both Priory and Day of Holy Night, didn't you?
I think I just gifted you credits and then you bought the books.
That's because you gifted me credits and I asked what's your recommendation and you recommended those. And the audiobooks are very well produced. They're very long, but that's good if you've got a big project coming up and you want something great to listen to. Because I think looking at the books, they're quite chunky and they can be intimidating. And so if you want to get through them, but you don't want to have to.
It's like a big fantasy epic. So
it's an epic.
She's an effort.
Yes, but I will say, and maybe this is looking back on it, and so again, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like I was able to grasp the world quicker than I have in some other fantasy epics. You know that like meme of when you first start reading a fantasy and it's like all these words are being thrown at you. You have that in Priory of the Orange Tree, but I don't know. I felt like it was a well enough constructed world where you absorb the information quickly enough that you get into the world fairly quickly.
Yeah, it's an investment of your time.
It is.
I think if you enjoy like the classic fantasy epics, this might be a up-to-date, modern, very female-centric and queer-centric story.
Yes, and I was going to say that's kind of another benefit of it is that it really is focused on female voices. I think only one of the POVs. Two. That is right because there are 4 POVs.
Yeah.
But still, I think the story is very female-centric, which is
was then.
Yeah. Great. I love that answer. I'm gonna see if anybody else has answered the question. Finish another poem in your work in progress. Love that for you. Crystal says, don't know if I can choose a favorite. So 3-way tie between Revelry, Tiny Shivers, and the Psychic Vampire Codex. I love that. I don't think Laura's here, but I ordered multiple copies of Tiny Shivers. Oh, if you're a family member of mine, stop watching the stream right now. But I have some family members who love horror, and so Tiny Shivers is going to be a Christmas gift. So
Big slay.
Yeah, I think that's kind of cute, and I'm so excited to be like, my friend wrote this, and this is like, I don't know. I think that's so fun.
She works in the movies.
Well, here's the thing. So that's why I bought multiple copies because I also have a cousin who works in the movies, and I'm like. I've asked before. I asked Laura, or I've asked my cousin before if she knows Laura, and she doesn't know her personally, but she's like familiar with her work. So I was like, she's
first name basis.
She's connected. But yeah, Tiny Shivers is going under the Christmas tree. Grape showing up equals happiest Wallace has been all stream. I'm not going to deny it. Was it the coffee or was it my grape?
I feel so loved.
Drink every time Sieg says Samantha Shannon. And you know what? He's giving credit where credit is due. And that's on that. He is super excited to read Day of Holy Night. Prior to Orange Marmalade is for sure on my top 5. That's funny. Anna says, her answer for favorite book she read this year is Summer of Salt by Kat Leo, a sapphic coming of age story with a big dose of magical realism and somehow equal parts melancholy and heartwarming at the same time. Nia Moon says, ooh, Summer of Salt sounds interesting. Magical realism can be cool if it's done well. I so agree. It's my favorite genre. Nikki's, oh my God, Chronicle of a Death Foretold. Oh, one of my favorite books of all time.
What does that say?
What?
Yeah, I was like,
Chronicle
what?
of a Death-
Oh, I'm sorry.
Chronicle of a Death
This was
Foretold.
I was still referring back to magical realism. Magical
Okay.
realism can be cool if it's done well. And I was like, yes, it's one of my favorite genres. And then the finish of that thought was, Chronicle of a Death Foretold is one of my favorite books ever. So
Gotcha.
Okay, I write that down.
sorry. Nikki Klimmer says, A Conjuring of Light loot when women were dragon spells for forgetting cackle. Wait, what is happening? I'm sorry.
These are favorite books.
These are all different titles. So A Conjuring of Light,
Yes, that's what the comma signifies.
When Women Were Dragons. Well, some book titles have commas in them. So I literally thought this was all one title until I got to Priory. And then I was like, wait a second. Nikki, I mean, can you what specific? Okay, Nikki, here's my question for you, my follow-up question for you. Study this list. Is there a cohesive theme behind these stories which you think is the reason for why these are your favorite this year? Is there something similar about them that called to you this year? I don't know if there is. There doesn't need to be, but I'm just curious if you can think that there might be. Michael says the poetry of Emily Dickinson, just as it sounds. I'm still reading it and still pretty close to the start, but it's still my favorite for the year. I love that. Do you have a favorite specific poem, or if not a favorite poem, just one that is sticking in your mind when I ask for you to mention one? And with that, Grape's gonna buffer. Catherine, what was your favorite?
Wait, I'm buffered?
No, you're
Am I
good.
back?
You're back. You're back.
Okay.
You're back.
You're back.
You're back.
What was your favorite book of the year?
Oh, this one is so difficult for me because your girl did not read very much this year.
You can just say my book. That's fine.
Yeah, it was Chippewa. I did love Chippewa. I think my favorite book of the year, though, which was the second book that I read this year, so all the way back in February or January, is The Duchess Deal by Tessa.
You beehole, that's my answer. It's fine.
Then you shouldn't have told me to read it.
It's fine. I will pick a different one of the million romances
No,
I read.
I'll
this
pick a
year.
different one.
No. Katie, talk about The Duchess Deal, because I've got an easy backup. It
Okay.
was a tie between The Duchess Deal and this one, so I'll just pick this other one.
Okay, so The Duchess Deal is a Regency romance that is kind of it's marriage of convenience. It's Beauty and the Beast. It is so funny. It is
the most funny. It's adorable.
Laugh out loud, hilarious,
Yeah.
adorable. The characters are great. Yeah, highly recommend if you are it was the second Regency romance I'd ever read in my life.
Mhm.
And I've read multiple since then. And it just is top tier for me. Absolutely adore it. And so did Blue. Clearly, I have things to say.
Well, I can reiterate that if you are into romance, if you're into Regency, if you're into just pure escapism, good time, The Duchess Deal it's such a warm comfort. I've read it 4 times this year. Yep. And one of the times literally was I finished and I immediately restarted. And granted, this was all on the audiobook. I cannot recommend the audiobook narrated by Mary Jane Wells enough. Mary Jane Wells is an incredible book narrator. It's almost if I know she has narrated an audiobook, it's almost just an immediate download for me. So
Yes, 100% agree.
The Duchess Deal
So good.
by Tessa Dare, right? Tessa?
So good.
Tessa?
Yes, Tessa
Queen.
Dare. Also,
Ooh, that was a spicy one from him.
I love all the books that I've read by Tessa Dare except for one. But the one that I read,
Was it Say Yes to the Marquess? That was my least favorite.
No,
one from her.
no, it was The Scotsman Ties a Knot or whatever.
You didn't like When a Scot Ties a Knot? Oh my god, I thought that book was so funny.
I thought it was funny. It has the trope, the trope of the man being just a little bit too protective and like weirdly possessive over her and like not telling her things. And like I understand why, and I don't hate the book by any means. It just was like a 3-star, but just in comparison to the other Tessa Dare books that I've read, I prefer the other ones. The other honorable mention I will give is The Governess Game, which is also by Tessa Dare.
Yeah.
So good, so funny. I'm a kind of person who usually doesn't like children in books or like children in adult books and like there being like a child plot. But this one was so well done, and that is saying a lot. The kids were so funny. They were such a good addition to the book, and like just hilarious again. So that is another one. If you know, that's the second book in the series. So read The Duchess Deal and then The Governess Game. And then
I love that answer.
third one is okay. I like the
third one
Wallflower
is about the girl with the animals. The third one is worth reading just for the last line alone, but you need the whole book in context.
You need the whole book.
In order to
and there is a very funny scene with a goat. That's about 3/4 of the way through.
Oh my god. Anyway, that book is like, the romance is not top tier, but the last line of the book is top tier in the context of the entire book. And made me laugh out loud. I mean, all of Tessa Dare's books make me laugh out loud, but specifically that one was like rolling on the floor laughing. It was so funny. Anyway, such a great answer, Catherine. I wholeheartedly agree. If that Duchess Deal tied for first for this year. Tied for first, 3-way tie. Maybe 4-way tie. No, 3-way tie. Okay. Anyway, where was I? Okay, so we've already done this one. We've already, I think we were here, where Kelly says, my favorite book of this year is Beyond by Mercedes Lackey. It is the first in a trilogy of the founding of Valdemar, and the Valdemar Uni is one of her major universes, I think is what uni means.
Maybe.
Wendy says, a favorite book this year? I'm sure I'm weird and a weird outlier, LOL, but The Secret Service of Tea and Treason, I think. I love that title.
Fun.
And he says Revelry 2. I was literally binge reading it. Oh my gosh, I wish Mars was here to see this. Somebody posted in the cafe at Mars. 2 people have said that Revelry was one of their favorite reads this year. I love that. I think that's so... I love our community, you guys. Oh, now I'm getting sentimental. Woo! Her emotions are all over the place this morning. Laura in the phone said, so hard to choose a favorite book, but a favorite reread this year was The Disasters by M.K. England, Planet Orange Purple Ring. And Nikki, in referencing all of the commonalities between her list of favorite books, says fantasy, witchy, strong women. I love that.
Which is the keywords to build a society upon.
I have a book, Ava, but it's not like out there in the public. It's just Katie is endlessly my beta reader, and I was even though I technically wrote the book for my sister and gave it to my sister last year, I did one more pass at it, and Katie read it, and so that's...
And it's amazing. I can't wait for you all to eventually read it.
Hopefully. We'll see. Well, I did read a poem in the past sprint that I liked.
What is it?
Details, or are you just going to let us know? Kelly says, out of the 23 books I've read this year, the theme was Deaf Greek Women, because like so many from Sunlight to Electra. Sorry. I just...
Weemon.
Anyway, so many good Greek releases this year, from Stoneblind to Electra. I haven't heard of any of these releases. I need to be... that should be one of my goals for 2024, is like being more up to date with current releases, you know? Wendy says, oh, I forgot. I read all the Shades of Magic this year. This is why I can't pick favorites. I just forget everything. That's fine. This isn't set in stone. You're allowed to change your mind. It's just in this moment, in this conversation, we're really just sharing books we enjoyed this year. Flora in the Font says the audiobook has been added to their list. Excellent. That's exactly. Thank you for all the recommendations. I'm sorry, Kelly. Sorry.
Yeah, you tell her, Kelly.
All right, Devesha. Favorite book?
My favorite read of this year was House of Hollow by Crystal Sutherland. It was so good. It was YA, but it was so good.
What about it captivated you?
a lot of the writing style and the description. So it's kind of like a fantasy mystery horror, like
Oh my.
contemporary fantasy, but like mystery horror. And it was just very well described.
Mm-hmm. Was the ending good?
The ending was good. I don't think it is the ending I would have wrote.
Mm-hmm. Okay. But still worth a read.
Yes.
Okay.
I think. Well, I don't know if you would like it, Wallace.
Okay.
It's about three sisters who, when they were children, they went missing on Halloween for like either 3 days or a week, and then when they returned, like they were weird, they were off. Something was weird about them, and so then now the main character Iris is the youngest sister. Her oldest sister disappears, and she has to like figure out what's going on with that and learning about what happened to them when they were kids. So
Okay. Put in the private chat whether or not a sister dies, because this actually sounds right up my alley. But if a sister dies, then I can't do it. But that sounds so interesting. And I will look at that message during the sprint so as to not spoil. So Min says, hello, definitely adding all these books to my list. I loved Rogue by Mona Awad and Babel. Have any of you guys read Rogue? I don't know this one.
I think that's Rouge.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Question mark?
Yeah, that's Rouge.
I-
Rogue is ROGUE.
I'm
Rogue
sorry.
UE.
Rouge. Has anybody read Rouge?
No.
Okay, then. Does anybody know vaguely what it's about?
Interesting.
It
It's
looks like a
a
Beauty and the Beast retelling.
Oh. That's
Just
funny.
based on the cover.
You would think it's like a Red Riding Hood retelling if it's called Rouge.
The main
Yeah.
character
No
is called
way.
Belle.
Snow White meets Eyes Wide Shut in the surreal descent into the dark side of beauty, envy, grief, and the complicated love between mothers and daughters. With black humor and seductive horror, Rouge explores the cult-like nature of the beauty industry.
Bless
Oh
you.
God, thank you. Cult-like nature of the beauty industry, as well as the danger of internalizing its pitiless gaze. Brimming with California sunshine and blood red rose petals, Rouge holds up a warped mirror to our relationship with mortality, our collective fixation with the surface, and the wondrous deep longing that might lie beneath.
Oh my.
So very fascinating. What a lovely description there
Wow,
from
that's
whoever wrote
great.
that. Just kiss.
That's
Well
great.
done.
But also the
Um,
cover looks like a Wattpad fiction, so I don't know.
Oh,
It does.
I've got to look
Oh,
at
the
this now.
author also wrote Bunny. Okay, I've heard of Bunny.
and then for my answer, my favorite book of this year, other than The Duchess Steele by Tessa Dare, I really loved. Okay, I'm gonna be honest here. This book I love, but it's an effort to get to it because so it's also a romance novel and it's called The Duke Gets Even, but it is the fourth novel in a quartet of 4 friends, okay, and each of them have their own romance. It's like Bridgerton, but the series is 4. And who writes it? Is it Lisa Kleypas? Hold on.
Joanna Shoup.
Thank you, Joanna Shoup. The Duke Gets Even. But here's the thing. You can't just read it. You can't just be like, there are a lot of romance series where you can just go in at basically any book. And yeah, they're like weird references to the earlier stories, but it's no big deal. This one, in really able to give the full deliciousness of the relationship between the main 2 characters, you have to have read the first 3 books in the series and like gone through the first 3 romances because there's so much subtle interaction between the main female character and the main male character of The Duke Gets Even in those first 3 books. The important thing is that the first book in the series is not very good. The second and third are decent, totally decent. The second one actually has one of my favorite proposal scenes ever in a romance novel. It is so adorable. But The Duke Is Even is like next.
Is that the one with the boxing?
No, it's not the one with the boxing.
Oh, okay.
This is the one where literally the Duke is the rival romantic interest in the first story and in the second story, and like he keeps being rejected for the other for the other romantic heroes, because the idea is there's this Duke from England who's impoverished, and so but he's still like very politically powerful in England because he comes from a really old prestigious family. but he's got like a dark secret, and so he whatever, and he comes to the United States, to New York during the Gilded Age, to marry an heiress to refresh his family coffers, basically. And so the first 2 books, right, he's pursuing, and he's like lovely and he's a gentleman and all this stuff, but again, he's got a dark secret. And anyway, it's so good. But I will say, because I feel like it comes with a warning, because if you're going to go through all of the effort of reading the first 3 books in order to read the 4th book, this book has a happily ever after with an asterisk, which is one of the reasons why I feel like it sat so powerfully with me. Like when I actually first finished reading it, I was actually mad. But it was beautiful. And it now has really grown on me, and I love it for what it is. So happily ever after, but with an asterisk. And the Duke gets even. But then I also wanted to mention, and I am not just being a fangirl here, I have a 3rd favorite book of the year, and that is, in all seriousness, The Interest of Letting Go by Diane Marie. It's her poetry book that she released last month. I don't know if you guys follow her, but she's another author tuber, and I don't even like poetry that much, but it's all about her kind of digesting previous relationships and reflecting back on them. And it's a mixed media poetry book. So there's some poems, but then there's also like she'll post her journal entry about something that happened, and then on the next page it'll have like blacked out it's like blackout poetry where a lot of the words on the journal entry are blacked out, and then like the main thesis of the journal entry is like made up of the words that are left over, and it's so good. There's a lot of photography too. And honestly, I read that book in one sitting in an airport and cried, and it was like very healing for me as someone who, like, I don't know, it was very good. Even if you're not a poetry person, I recommend. And also has one of the most beautiful covers. It is such a beautiful cover, in The Interest of Letting Go. So that's that. And we're gonna hop into our next sprint, why the frowny face, Devasia? We're doing Goop, by the way.
Yay!
Ooh, Goop.
And any final words? Let me take off the banner, and happy sprinting. lovely, friends.
It's like,
How did that spring go for everybody?
I did a bunch of beta reading.
Ooh, I love that for you.
Thank you.
I listened to more of the podcast. I have 18 minutes left to listen to, and tried to find the answer to question 2 because I don't have one.
Okay. Chop chop, Miss. I almost called you Miss Mo, but I was like, that's my name.
That's you.
Oh, I have a favorite line of Katie's.
Devesha.
I spent like half the sprint looking up the summary for that book and trying to figure out if I was lying to you or not in the comments.
Yeah.
And
I appreciate dedication to the honest answer, like really, truly. I was very productive that sprint. I sent a very scary email. I made a very scary phone call, and then my sister called me. We chatted for a little bit. So, we're doing well. We're being very productive this morning for our real job too, which is like always. That's always time.
Not the real job.
I know, not the real job. And then with that, I'm gonna end the stream. No, I'm just kidding. Okay. This is question number 2. What was your favorite line you wrote this year, or just a line that you love? See.
My favorite line of the year is probably it's a shared win between the opening line of my cowboy story and then another line from a cowboy story.
Are either of these lines you're comfortable sharing?
Sure. I should have probably looked this up in the sprint. But it's all on the cloud, so it's cool. It's cool. There you go. See, links are so handy. The opening line I enjoyed, or like that I wrote, so obviously I enjoyed it. And that's not actually the case always. But anyway, I enjoyed this one, and that is Cassidy Chase hated being the bait. But that's what happens when you draw the shortest straw. He only wished he would stop drawing it.
I do like this one.
And then somewhere down the line here, there should be another line that I enjoyed. There it is. Maybe if he started counting them, he could fall asleep and forget this day. Ignoring the stinging pain in his arm, he started counting. He had lost track by the time sleep came.
Ooh, I love that.
And then you just have to imagine them told vividly and engagedly by a voice narrator.
Mm-hmm.
And not this foreign exchange student.
You should give him a French accent just for fun. Colonizer French accent.
True. Maybe I should give him a Pennsylvania accent.
Sure.
Pennsylvania was colonized by the Dutch.
So just a lot of sounds and
Yeah.
good.
Or German. I mean, it's German and Dutch, yeah.
I feel like Dutch is more guttural than German, though. But yeah, anyway, those are 2 of my favorite lines that I wrote this year.
Thank you for sharing.
I like this.
I'm going to go into... there was some conversation during the sprint, but I'm going to just go directly to Crystal's answer.
You missed Kelly's.
What?
Kelly,
My
love that,
bad. Kelly says... Kelly is the new Mars. Kelly says, the favorite line I wrote this year was the end in the Adventures in Thimbleton Book 3. More specifically, though, the last line in the bonus chapter for the hardcover. It was something that was said often after my aunt passed, and it really helped me cope without having her here and accepting that she won't be here physically for any book releases, so it was cathartic. Thank you for the context, first of all. And then Kelly says, anyway, the line is, it's not goodbye. Fell from my mouth quicker than anyone could reply. I squeezed Matilda's hand. Is that how you pronounce that name? Matilda's hand?
Yeah.
Okay. I squeezed Matilda's hand and looked up the same star-filled sky. It's until we meet again.
Oh, wow, not us both having starry skies.
It's the vibes.
That was lovely, and I'm glad that it was cathartic for you. It's one of my favorite reasons to write, is to work through some internal stuff.
Wow, you could never tell by your work. What?
Can I help you?
Is that not just a fact?
The woman was too stunned to speak. Anyway.
You're the one who's airing my laundry live on Maine by accident.
Okay, that was by accident. You chose violence on purpose. Anyway. Crystal said, sadly, I don't have a favorite line this year because it's mostly been revisions, but, well, anyway, I'm not going to force you to pick a favorite line. Neon
If you don't
Moon
pick a
said,
real favorite line, you have to leave.
no. Neon Moon says, we only have 14 people here, guys. We need the last person. Neon Moon says, I poisoned her tea with thallium, she lied. At least, she hoped she was lying. Not gonna lie, Crystal, when this message first popped up, I thought you were casually putting the C word in our chat.
Oh.
I don't know what to.
Continued?
Oh, to continued.
Like, question 2.
Yeah,
Continued.
I got it. Thank you. That was confusing to me. Would you like me to build a tower of my mistakes for you to fling yourself off of? I love that.
Ooh, sassy.
Michael says, that's great. I had a slice of bread and a butter tart. That sounds good. And I also have some milk with some cream added to it. Wait. What?
Why the cream?
That's so interesting from a beverage perspective.
You know what this milk could use? Some more milk.
You know
Some
what?
thick milk.
I think to be fair, a lot of food is adding the same thing to something, but just in a different form, right? Like think of all the different recipes we have where it's just adding sugar to sugar. You know, like you put caramel
Like
on
what?
top of a cookie.
Oh, but cookie's not sugar though. I mean, there's sugar in cookie.
Well, you dip candies in a caramel.
I don't.
What candies are you dipping in caramel?
Yeah.
What caramel are you dipping in caramel?
Answer
What
in the
carnival
chat.
is this,
You know
that?
what? You know what? I know. Sour apple candy. You dip that in caramel to make it a caramel sour apple candy. That's still dipping sugar. in sugar.
Apple candy is not sugar though, is it?
Yeah, it is. It's sugar.
An apple.
No, not apple. Sour apple candy doesn't have apple in it.
What?
Like I like a caramel apple is an apple, but I'm talking about the candies that are sour apple flavored. There's no apple in that.
I have never dipped a sour apple candy into caramel.
Well, but like you buy candies that are covered in caramel. That is sugar on sugar. Okay, we're getting lost in.
I get what you said.
We've lost the plot. We're getting lost in the sauce.
It's fine. Lisa's like back from therapy and now listening to you guys. I need some more. Anyway, Lisa also says hello to Grace. Min says, I liked the ones I did for the tennis book because they're evil cliffhangers. Ooh. But I like this line from a historical lit fic. Maybe someone should have seen it then, that something was wrong. I didn't, but perhaps that's because I've always had a blind spot for Nadia. Ooh.
Play. Slur.
He was bright enough to last forever.
Nothing is forever.
Actually, and that's true, just Min, I love this line, but from an astronomical perspective, the brighter something is, the shorter it lives. Like a bigger, brighter star. Well, okay, actually no, because there's a difference between brightness and luminosity. Because if you have a star that's very, very close to you,
we're in the sauce again.
brightness. Okay, so luminosity is like an inherent ability of a star to emit light, and brightness is affected by distance. So you can actually have something that's dim but very close be brighter than something that's very far away and very luminous. So, just saying, love the line. The metaphor is a little mixed. Anyway,
And that was unwarranted critiques.
well, I'm just saying, I have a degree in astronomy, and sometimes she comes out. Michael says, I'd like some milk. Make it a brevet.
What's a brevet?
A brevet latte is when you add heavy cream to coffee. I'm glad you get what I'm saying.
Wallace, you're underwater.
You're under in a tunnel.
Under the bed. Oh, bye.
3, 2, 1. Okay.
There you are. There she is.
Perfect.
Anyway, thank you, Devasia, or whoever.
Oh, this is a time. I hate what's
Or
happening.
actually, my personal favorite.
Oh. No. Oh, no.
Hold on. There we go.
There we go.
Yeah. Take it away, Denisha.
Oh, hi.
The way she wasn't even paying attention.
I was reading the comments.
Fair enough. Okay. Okay, sorry. Lots of talking about the candy. Katie,
Hi.
would you like to talk about your favorite line that you wrote this year?
I just think it's, well, first of all, I just want to mention that it's very funny that you brought up the whole, not even stars last forever, because I literally have a line, like a whole conversation that talks about how stars die, and even though they live so much longer than people, like they end up dying anyway. So I thought it was very funny that that is a metaphor that was brought up, but that I almost chose for this, but I decided to choose something else because I wrote a book this year, but I
There's no
rewrote.
quotation marks about it, babes.
I rewrote Cruel Summer, so a lot of it is this. What I didn't actually write it this year. So anyway, the line that I picked is actually from a snippet that I wrote for the Dragon book when I was in my Dragon book era, which I still am. So I'm not going to give you any context, just going to give you the line or lines. Anyway, Lisa Glynn has and always will be a wretched little thing. But even so, as she flees on the back of her best friend's dragon, she knows that this is what love is. For years, she has been looked at with disdain, with hatred, with fear. Now, as a warrior grown, she is seen with reverence. Still, she knows that reverence will always hold the darkened edge of fear. But not for Lise, or Kova, or Alexei, or Evelyn. They see her for who she is. A wretched and desperate and calculating creature, yes, but also as a girl who loves despite never being taught to. For the first time in her life, she is understood.
Ooh,
You've been listening to Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros.
also, I'm sorry. Can we have hot off the presses? Is one of your characters named Lisa?
Lisa, but
Okay,
Lezah.
It's the same name, but just a
Lisa.
different font. I love it. Lisa, you should be honored.
I would say
I'm
it's
glad
named
it
after you,
didn't-
Lisa, but that's her name, has been her name for 10 years.
No, but here's my thing. I love it because you know my opinion of fantasy names. Like, if you're going to give your characters fantasy names, my preference is rather than crazy 5-syllable words where all the girls' names end in A, you should give your characters names that kind of resemble names that people would be familiar with, and then just change it just ever so slightly to give it that little, je ne sais quoi that your face desperately needs.
Lisa, your name needs a Z.
It's been 2 years, Wallace. Time to let it go.
No, I will never.
Never.
Now. Oh,
I'm good
man.
if you didn't pick Cruel Summer, though. There's so many golden nuggets in
There
that.
are so many golden nuggets in that one.
Yeah, but I wrote Cruel Summer last year, so that's not anything I wrote this year.
I see what you mean.
Crystal says, "Don't do this again. It's really disorienting." I think she's talking about when we were messing around with the layouts. Look, you come for the troublemaking. You can't get to cherry pick which troublemaking you like and which you don't like. Okay,
It's a package.
it's a package deal. We are a package deal. Wendy can't remember a single line she's written this year, and honestly, so true.
Mood.
So true.
Which is crazy because you won Nano, so I know you wrote some lines.
Ada says, "I only wrote garbage," which also very relatable.
Share some garbage.
Yeah, seriously, share the garbage. I love garbage, says Parks and Rec. Wretched is a good word. Wretched is a very good word. Ooh, snaps for Katie. Everybody's, yeah.
You're skipping the grape roast?
Always. I don't even know. Did I skip something?
Sorry.
This one. I love how disinterested of the match.
I love reading the comments.
Thank you.
When he says, "I spent 90% of the year doing revisions, so have I even written anything?" Ignores the 50,000 word. Nana.
50K Nana. Is that how old she is?
Mm-hmm. She's an eldritch being, and I love her. I did hear my name and get spooked. LOL. Listen, I love a Z. Me too.
Z is great.
Yeah. Fair enough. I'll just minimize the window and listen. LOL. Crystal's like, I choose my piece. I'm thinking this is another. You tried to put it out, and then it Nana again. Is this autocorrect? Let us know.
Or just being like, Nana.
Lisa says there's nothing wrong with it. I was just confused how are you keeping a straight face and not reacting to being full screen. Yeah, that was so funny.
Yeah.
Like I put you full screen and you were just like
Cue elevator music.
Michael's coming in with the news about the milk. The McCream. The milk cream. I don't like it. I don't like
McCream? I hate
the
that.
words that came out of my mouth anyway. Devesha,
Yes, ma'am.
what is one of the lines you're proudest of this year for having written?
Oh my God, proudest? That's a different question.
Okay, well, I'm just
That
trying
requires
to
different research.
okay, fine. Favorite lines, whatever.
Okay, hold on. Let me.
This is gonna be the first time I hear any of Grape's writing.
I know.
That's a total lie because I read you a part before this part. Okay. This is my favorite. I don't know, but I'll say it anyway. It had taken Taraji a while to accept that she was pregnant. She only just turned 14, and this was the only time her mother gave her any attention. The only time she spoke to her softly, when she led her daughter into a room where a prone boy was splayed on the bed, naked.
Oh,
This is true, Grape. I have heard this before, so
Oh my god. I'm so intrigued and so invested.
Continue. Read
Yeah,
more.
keep
Hello.
going. This is just Devesha reading hour. Go for it.
No. Well, well, no. But there's another line that I like that I think is funny and just tonally completely different than the rest of the story.
Okay.
This is when I was in my character soup era, and I was just adding characters.
that was a good era. That was a good album.
I miss her.
Can't wait to see her on tour.
Amelie Ford was a vision clad in cowhide. It's been quite some time, she started, as she removed her hat and crossed it over her chest. A cheeky smile played at the edge of her lips. Did you come to break my heart again?
I love that.
Ooh, yes.
That is so good. Snap.
But also that juxtaposed with like the statutory rape. I don't know.
Yeah, there's a lot happening.
It's a lot happening.
Yeah.
So much happening.
And with that, we're gonna go into our third.
No, what's yours?
I didn't pick one. Hello,
You have
the
to.
host. This is the thing about Spirits of Shop Talk. I get to cherry pick which questions I answer.
No, give us one.
I don't know.
Give us one. Give us one.
Give us one.
I think it
Find
would
one.
be.
Give us
I
one.
think it would be one of the pieces of banter from this book is for October, but like without the context of the story, I don't think any of the lines would hit very well. I think a lot of my dialogue in Tabitho flows nicely. I think it reads nicely, but I don't think like in the context of a single line, it's worth sharing. You know.
The people are demanding. The people are chanting.
Well, it would. I don't know. I didn't.
Just read the first line then.
The first
I
line.
like the there's power in the final piece bit.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Let's see. I'll do the first line because I actually did write that this year. Like, because I changed the first line this year. Oh yeah, it's a really simple one. Can I be self-centered and just read the whole first paragraph?
Please do.
Sure.
Do it.
Oh.
Yes.
So the very first line of the new version of Tabitho is, "The liminal era begins a week before Halloween. It's my favorite time of year, when half the trees are barren and others burst with leaves, like the color of still glowing fire coals. The garden and forest give their final offerings for harvest before the dormancy of winter creeps in. The air turns frigid, but beams of sunlight stay warm, and the new year approaches, bringing all the traditions and celebrations that unlock the lovely longing of nostalgia. It's during this week that my magic grows strongest." There you go.
The lovely longing, nostalgia. It's a great.
I am proud of that one, actually. There's a good
Mhm.
alliteration there, and I feel like it's a good description of what nostalgia is, because it in and of itself I feel like is a type of longing, but there's a loveliness to it. Anyway, are people ready for a third and final script?
Flora also gave.
Oh, thank you. Excellent. We shall end with Flora the Fawn. "Because I am with you and I am your creature." Wait, hold on. I'm starting over.
This is the French accent, Wallace.
A German accent, if you will.
I can't do German. Because
I am.
No,
with you.
stop. Don't do that. Because I am with you, and I am your creature, and I will protect you, with my teeth bared and my lowest of growls rolling through the night. And all the softness will seep from me, and I will not hesitate to jump for the throat if I must.
The imagery of steeping softness, though, stunning. I'm stealing that.
I'm your creature and I will protect you. Ugh,
No,
it's different.
Mm-hmm.
that's one of my favorite things. Beryl.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That was very good.
All right. Final sprint. No, I have no slides because I'm not trying to share slides. Hello? A Rider's Hourglass. Full
Ooh.
screen.
Ooh.
Beautiful.
Will there be
25
another question?
Yes, there's going to be one more question after this.
Oh, okay.
And people can take some time to think about it, but don't answer it until, well, you know what? No. Answer it at your leisure. Answer it at your leisure. The third question is in the description. If you want to answer it during the sprint, if you want to work during the sprint, work during the sprint, because I will be putting up the third question on a banner after the sprint. Happy sprinting, go.
Grape, you're not muted.
Ooh.
Bing bong. Bing bing bong. Ding dong.
I love all my little timer sounds. They're always so like calming.
So gentle.
Oh, I forgot to make the third question banner. How is that sprint for you guys?
Did some more beta reading.
And how's it going?
Forward.
Onward and upward.
What page are you on?
I am on page 18 out of 44.
Wait.
Nice.
What? Okay.
I'm only beta reading parts of a novel.
Okay. Thank you for that context. Catherine, what did you do during that sprint?
I edited some more of the podcast. I have like 10 minutes left to do. Slowly but surely. And then I also fed the dogs.
Nice. Devasha, my darling.
I ate a Pop-Tart.
Like, what kind?
Nice.
Please don't say cinnamon. What kind?
Blueberry.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Acceptable.
That's my
Yes.
favorite.
Oh, yeah. I love the fruit ones. And I
Title of my sex tape.
I knew somebody was gonna jump in there. I did several things, a little more email, a little more da-da-da. And then I also went on to Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. So, hold on. Let me see. Hold on. I'm going to star the people who've already answered the banner question. And then Lisa just said, I got a burrito and did some job hunting lunchtime finally. Nice. Oh, that's an answer from Crystal. Lisa wants to know who you're beta reading for, Steve. That's up to you whether or not you want to share.
I'm beta reading for the Legend Star icon that is Grayson.
Oh, truly an icon.
Icon.
Truly an icon.
Replay Queen.
Mm-hmm. We love you, Grayson.
Illy.
4 out of 6 cards done for the Sam's card in the IL deck and working on updating the mock-up. Got a bubbly drink and instead.
Nice.
Steve, what writing accomplishment are you most proud of this past year? Or you could rephrase it as, what is your favorite writing accomplishment this year, since we're doing a favorites list?
My
Okay,
favorite
cough, go off. Anyway.
moment passed. My favorite writing accomplishment this year that I'm most proudest of is enjoying writing again.
You want to talk about that?
I am writing and enjoying it. I don't know. If you didn't want these short-ended answers, you shouldn't have asked so leading questions.
What are you enjoying about writing now? Like what have you found in your writing that you're enjoying?
Okay, Wallace number 2. The thing that I found in my writing that I'm currently enjoying is having fun with the process and not feeling the pressure.
I love that.
Why do you think you have shifted your relationship to writing in that way in this past year? What do you think happened that caused that for you?
I think what has happened for me to reshift my relationship to writing this year, Wallace, is that I write smaller projects or started a smaller project.
Smaller as in smaller word count, smaller as in
smaller word count, smaller scope, smaller stories,
okay.
smaller worlds. But what Wallace needs to learn is that I'm trying to talk about this comment.
Oh, I'm sorry.
What Wallace needs to learn is that I am a shallow lake. So
No, I think you just like to intentionally antagonize me, because there are some days where you will answer the questions, and then there's some days where you're just like, you pull a grape, it's the one word answers. And then I get in trouble because you guys say that Sprints and Shop Talk are just me and Katie chatting at each other the entire time. Well, maybe that's because Katie actually talks anyway. Ugh, that's my gripe.
You know what?
I said I was gonna get
I
rid of
was
it.
what's the word I'm looking for? Unnecessarily targeted. Or I will be quiet.
Oh my goodness. Okay, let's go into people's answers. Kelly says, most proud of the growth my writing has taken and the confidence that came with the level up, or the confidence that just came with the creation of Finch, let's be honest. Michael says, officially on the 3rd of October, I began work on my new epic poem, Woot! By the 8th, I'd started writing it. It's so much fun, and I'm already now on poem number 102 out of 500. Love that, Michael.
Ooh, wow.
Yeah, Moon says, I'm proud of my writing dedication. My mom had a fall injury in the spring. My sister lost her job in the summer. I've been sick for 4 out of the last 8 weeks, and I still write almost every day. That's a major accomplishment. You should be proud of that.
Yeah, wow.
Proud of how close I am to officially being done with book 1. That is also a major accomplishment.
Yay.
Wendy wrote 243 words that last sprint. Min says, I'm proud of letting someone read my writing for the first time this year and having my first ever betas, even if it was just the first 4 chapters.
Big sleigh. Very exciting.
Yay.
Lisa says, my proudest accomplishment is simply finding ways to feed my creativity so that I enjoy storytelling again, whether or not I write. Lauren the Fawn says, I kept getting stuck with whips. I'm proud that I kept trying, but even prouder that I finally recognized I was not writing in the form that most suits me and then allowed myself to just experiment.
Oh,
Great.
that's lovely.
Min finished these Violent Delights. Says it was interesting.
But is it like, interesting? Or is it interesting?
Mm-hmm.
Or is it interesting?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What's the tone on that one, Min?
Mm-hmm.
Call it.
Ada says, most proud of sharing my work. It's been a long time since I had readers, shared on stream, submitted to publish into a contest, rejected and lost, but still also had some alpha beta readers this year. That is a huge step. Also, I'm realizing that I was like, oh, let's do commit to submit. And then I was like, we'll do that in the new year. And then I have not planned that out. So we won't be doing it during January. Well, maybe like that's like a good like halfway mark. Like maybe that's a good June-tivity, you know? A June activity.
June-tivity.
Like an activity in June. It's my June-tivity.
So there's Bangarimo, Fanfic Feb, March Madness,
Yeah.
April Showers,
Nano,
May Rain,
Make Chaos
June
Rain.
Tivity.
Chaos Rain.
Yes. Make it
June-tivity.
June-tivity.
July Jamboree.
I don't
No,
know why June-tivity sounds like nativity.
it does. That's kind of the thing. Anyway, Steve, I think you're an incredibly non-shallow lake, just one that chooses not to share its treasures.
I read that as an
I-
incredibly shallow lake. I was like, damn.
She is a puddle.
Ava is proud of everyone, and so am I.
I'm proud of you too.
Proud of how I pushed through this whip, and now I'm almost done. That is incredible.
Big
Everybody
sleigh.
is doing so well. It was interesting trademark. I don't know what this means. Anna says, I'm proud of following my fun and working on my character building skills, which is Anna's weakness. Self-described weakness. And says, it was crazy. I'm not sure how I feel.
That's fair.
Well, no, the activity for June is commit to submit. It's not called June-tivity. Anyway, I'll crush this through. I'm so proud of you. Okay, Catherine. What writing accomplishment are you most proud of this past year?
I mean, I would be such a liar if I did not say writing 99,000 words in 33 days.
Mhm.
Rewriting 99,000 words in 33 days. So that was a
epic.
huge undertaking, and it was wild, and I don't actually know how I did it besides just, doing it. So I, very proud of that because otherwise I don't know what I would have said because your girl did not have an amazing writing year.
Excuse
You
you.
got 100K like actually.
Yeah.
And then revised an almost 100K book and did other writerly activities.
No, activities. No, yeah, I feel like this year was very much a rut year for me creatively.
I don't want to be here.
Besides the cruel summer aspect of it, outside of that, before I did that, I very much have had not my best writing year.
Look, and
That's like saying, I didn't do much nursing this year except at work.
here's the thing. Katie has her context, right? Katie's comparing it to Katie's context, right? Not your context or my context, right? Katie has had last year she did a half mil wordy, right? Which was like insanity. This year must feel different to her because of the context of last year. But I do think, Katie, that you need to work on recognizing, like, you know, each year can be equally successful in what they help you accomplish, even if they have different levels of output. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but I still think it is. I feel that this year has not been my most creative year. I spent a lot of this year trying to figure out what I wanted to do. I spent so much of this year not knowing what to do and trying other things, and they just didn't fucking work. Okay, so that is incredibly frustrating for me. So yeah, until I rewrote Cruel Summer,
you've come up with a lot of ideas this year, so maybe it's your most creative because you've come up with a ton of ideas.
Yeah, that you can
finish. Not many of them are very good.
Short stories. Hey, I think your Not Fantasy Bridgerton Anymore is such a good idea series.
I guess, but it was a lot of back and forth. And you know me, I feel like I didn't draft nearly as much as I wanted to because I love drafting. And so I did not hyperfixate. I did not spend near enough time maladaptive daydreaming with my typies. Okay.
So I guess then my question is, because that's how you feel, how will you adapt in 2024?
That's a great question. I think I'm Thanks, Stieg.
That wasn't me.
Yeah, it was. I heard you typing, and then a second later, this popped up.
That was a completely unrelated typing.
Yeah, of course. I think how I'm going to fix it is just I need to commit to something. I just need to commit, regardless of what happens. Oh my gosh!
Dang it! Anyway, while she's having this interruption, Devesha. Oh wait, no, she's back. Hold on, Devesha. I really want to pay attention to you though, but give me a second. Katie, my response to you though is that that's literally what your strategy has been all year. You were just like, oh, I just want to commit. And so then you would try and commit to something and then it wasn't right. And so you just bang your head against the wall. So that's a little bit like you just trying something that hasn't worked for you in the past. Where in reality, it's always been like, it's either been an internal pull via like the calling of the creative spark, or it's been an external deadline that's worked for you, right? I think last year, Milwordy really worked, or you got so much work done because you also had that potential of half Milwordy over your head, you know? And I think this year...
But that's not... I didn't even realize I could do a half Milwordy until
I know, but that's what I'm saying. Like, it first started off because of the internal spark, and then it finished the way it did because of that external potential pressure, but like not bad pressure, good pressure. Well, that's, you know, there's people who have different opinions about the half Milwordy. But so like, you know, I just think you are an experimenter writer, right? Maybe what you need to, sorry, we're getting into troubleshooting, but, and we can stop if you want, but like,
you know, I love troubleshooting.
Maybe though, you should just allow yourself that acknowledgement that you can't hold yourself in one spot. Like, you are going to switch projects until you find that right thing to work on, and that's part of your process. Because the one thing,
though, I don't want that to be my process.
I understand, but Katie, here's the one thing that's good about you though. Like, that wouldn't work for me, because then my thing is like, I just wouldn't write. If I'm like, well, I'll just wait until it comes to me. Like, I just wouldn't write. That's not what happens to you. You write, right? But I do think that if you try and force yourself to work on one specific story because you're like, well, I committed to this, then that's when you get into a like cycle of doom, you know, like a spinning rainbow wheel on a computer, right? Because that's not that's not naturally how you write. So
I fear, one of my fears this year, while I'm going through all of this, like rotating through different projects, is that the reason I'm not committing to them is because I get to a point where I'm afraid of the project, and then I don't push myself past the fear, and I just I just push the project to the side because I'm afraid of moving forward and being wrong. And that is something that I want to work on in the new year. And I guess that's what I want to work on more, is the fear of, because like when I have that creative spark and that creative passion, I'm writing a story, it doesn't really matter what I'm putting down because I'm just enjoying writing it. But like when I don't have that, I'm so hypercritical of what I am writing down. If it's not perfect exactly how I see it or how I want it to be, I'm more hyper aware of it. And that makes me that's why that's why I put these projects away. Like the Eclipse project, I have not made it a secret about how fucking difficult that book is. Or like the Dragon book, where it is going to be incredibly complex and very different than anything I've written. And there's a lot of characters, a lot of things, and that sort of stuff.
Like in my fantasy era.
I know. I want
This is so
I want to be in my fantasy era.
Ava, this is so interesting. What do you? Oh, yeah. I was gonna say, because I think you do really work very well on an external deadline. I really think you do.
I do.
I think we have a lot of evidence for that. So,
someone just put a deadline on me. Someone would be like, if you don't do this, I will come to your house and spray you with a hose.
Yeah. Wait, man, what did I do? What did I say? It's not while solving. All my writing was in one go too. I get you, Katie. I feel like I'm spreading myself too thin, and it feels like giving up. Yeah, I get that.
I feel that deeply.
Okay.
Lisa. I'm also an external deadline girly, so I'm taking notes here.
Yeah. Let me see what people have been saying.
Do you work with like FAW deadlines, Katie?
What deadlines? Fog deadlines?
FAW, FAUX.
Faux? I mean, everything's a faux deadline. No, like my deadline for Cruel Summer was kind of a faux deadline.
True, but I find like I can set a deadline, but if it's not real, quote unquote, I'm like, we're all just stardust anyway. What's the matter? What's the point?
I do think I work well with deadlines, actually, but I don't know. Like, I feel like I need a carrot like dangling in front of me, like a if you reach your deadline, we'll get to do this, or like.
But your carrots tend to just be more writing, though, so I don't know how that works.
I know, right? So I'm like, what exactly is this going to be?
If I reach this super strenuous task, I get to complete another super strenuous task. Go me.
I get to write more. Hello.
Wendy says, I think I've made some good strides in developing plots, which is making me more excited to get things actually written. I think that's great. Lisa is having a time hearing about Katie's accomplishments. I love that you wrote more than I've written in my entire life in 1 month, and you're like, I don't know, terrible year, no writing. I hear you, though. You can be succeeding in one area and not in others. Also, what, Eva? How dare you even remind people that the dislike button exists? When he says, I mean, I get it. You can put out a lot of words, but have them not feel like they were accomplishing what you want. And also, I think I think for Katie, editing isn't your thing, right? Like drafting, that story creation is your thing. So this was a year of edits. And I feel like that's probably why it was tough for you. And I think that those edits were well done and well deserved. And it is great work, but that's not where your passion lies. And so it might feel like that this year felt a little less intoxicating from like a passion perspective than last year did. But in reality, for your long-term goals and plans, like editing is a definitively important part of the process. You could argue it's probably the most important part of the process, right? Like, because you're going to write.
Unfortunately.
Right? You are going to draft. So, but if you want to like go on and actually get the book out, you also have to edit. And that is your goal. Your goal is like eventually to be published. So yeah, you gotta work on that. You gotta work on the reframing of your opinions of editing, in my opinion. Katie, my love, your feelings are still valid. All the hugs. Feelings are valid, but we don't let ourselves just sit in them. We don't just tell themselves they're valid and move on. They're valid, but also, Lisa says your feelings are totally valid. I totally get where you're coming from.
Boo, tomato.
Stop validating your feelings. She's wrong. No, feelings are valid, but actions must be thought through, Ava says, comparison is the thief of joy. Even when it's you comparing yourself to a former version of yourself, we change so much. You're doing your best. Right. Also, Caesar.
Thank you, Ava.
Neon Moon says, one of the best things about January is a new year, new start. Katie can turn the page with a fresh approach and better calibrated expectations.
Yep.
Katie's a different person than she was last year, and this year is different than last year. End of the day, Katie's awesome and crushed the things. True. And I think it, like, to me, it's like, you did a half mil wordy. That's like climbing Everest. Someone who climbs Everest, that's like a life accomplishment. You don't then go to the next year and be like, well, you didn't also climb Everest this year. Like, then, okay, well, you're failing, right? Like, that was a goal to be achieved. You don't need to do it every year, you know? But I know the half mil wordy wasn't like the ultimate reason you found such pleasure last year. It was more about the general drafting. But
I'll actually say that I think the half mil wordy is part of why this year I feel like was so unsuccessful
because
of
you were
the
burnt out.
massive amount of burnout.
Mm.
And, you know, I like literally, I don't recommend it. People are like, oh, you know, you did so well. I'm like, yeah, that's a great accomplishment. But it was, but also at the end of the day, is it worth it? Was it worth it for what I put out this year?
Mm-hmm.
Could I have stopped like in July and took the rest of the year off and not done the half mil wordy and then been refreshed for January?
You would not have. You would not have.
So it's not.
No, maybe I should have.
You, just you.
Stop it. That's so annoying because
unless you're going to invent a time machine, this is not relevant to the current conversation.
Well, and like,
no, but I'm just saying, like,
I've always been like, take a break. I'm freaking what's her face from Hamilton. Take a break. Like,
let's go upstate.
And you're just, why are you running? Like, you're running out of time. Like, seriously, you are incapable of taking a break. And I've just accepted that about you. So maybe you just need to accept that about you.
No, but even if I accept that about myself, it doesn't mean it's healthy or that I will actually, and it actually has made my writing suffer, is what I'm trying to say.
Is that true?
I feel like it's made this year suffer.
Again, your feelings aren't valid, Katie. Is that objectively true?
I don't think it's the half mil wordy in and of itself. Like, if you had never realized halfway through the year that you could have done that, you would have probably still done it.
Yeah.
And still be burnt out today.
Yeah.
Because that's just who you are. Like, you're a writer. You just write a lot.
Yeah. It's true.
Well, how do I stop that? I don't want to be burnt out. I want to have sustainability is what I would like to cultivate within myself.
I have no idea, babe.
I have an inkling, and I think it's therapy.
Oh.
Yeah. Maybe.
I'm in therapy.
Also, wait, it's hobbies. It's leaving the house.
This is true.
It's finding physical friends to spend time
Okay,
with.
but to be fair to Katie, tennis is a very significant part of her weekly life. Like, that is a significant hobby in her life. But granted,
But she's also writing while she's watching the tennis.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. Yeah, maybe, Katie, maybe your goal in 2024 is to pick up just one more hobby that you dedicate a significant time to, and Duolingo does not count.
Also, reading does not count.
Why does reading not count?
Because you already do that.
Because she said new.
No, I don't.
But
I don't read.
But you like
Not
that's
anymore,
part of your
but-
persona. Look at the books behind you. You know what I mean? I'm saying, like,
That's
you
fair.
know, bird watching. Like, this is something totally new.
Arson. You know,
No.
sky's the limit, Katie.
No. Anyway, there's a lot of people's comments on.
But Ava, this is one.
Yeah.
But Ava, I am just a writer. That's me.
Therapy.
I'm a writer.
Yeah.
You define your writing does not define you, Katie.
Yeah, seriously, Katie, you saying that is kind of equivalent to me saying I am just my anxiety, which is like a real thought that I've had in the past, you know, where I'm like,
Yeah, but anxiety is a mental illness. Writing is not a mental illness.
In your case, it is.
Wow.
that was a roast and I wasn't going to say it out loud. So, okay.
You know what? Fair. You know what? I take it.
Wow. There are like so many comments. I'm overwhelmed by the number of
I like
comments.
this comment. You asked for the answer. I didn't say you'd like it.
Fair enough. You know what? Yeah.
Everybody, thank you so much for your incredible comments. I'm not going to get to them all just because we are over time and I want to get to Devesha without making her feel rushed. So, great.
This is going to take approximately 10 seconds. Grape, go.
Nope. Great Fry. What writing accomplishment are you most proud of this year?
I am proud of not accomplishing anything and not having spiraled about it.
That's actually a
Big
great.
slay.
That
That's
is a
big
fun.
power.
Yeah.
But I want to like argue against the idea that you haven't accomplished anything. I feel like, you know, you started the year not really writing, and I feel like you've like had pockets of writing this year, you know?
Yeah, I've had little bursts and spouts, but will be the first year I haven't finished anything, and I'm okay with that.
That's incredible.
Yeah, Slay, Serves, Lisa.
Do you have
Grapple,
any,
Grape Fry.
like, do you think you're just going to kind of keep that mindset going into 2024, kind of a come and see how it goes? Or do you have, like, are you going to create goals for 2024? Or are you going to take this lesson from 2023 and be like, no goals, just vibes, and just let things happen as they may?
No, I'm gonna create goals for 2024 because ultimately I'm a goal person. I need goals.
Okay.
But I'm definitely reframed mentally, like my attitude about it. So
Okay.
I'm not gonna be as hard on myself. Because I think I'm more aware of, not aware of my limitations, but realistic in my limitations.
Honestly, I think that's one of the healthiest things that you can be for yourself, you know?
Mhm.
I love that. All right. Writing is mental illness. I need that on a shirt.
Put that in the merch ideas.
That's I love this though. Writing is also mental wellness. You know, well, never mind. I was gonna say something, but I'm like, it's only a half baked thought, so we're not gonna say it. And then just Ava saying too much of a good thing is often an ungood thing. All right. Thank you,
What's your
everybody.
writing accomplishment?
What's your, yeah.
There is so much that I'm so proud of this year, but I like literally can't even talk about it without getting emotional. So we're just gonna end the stream. But yeah, I'm just very
Chicken.
grateful. I'm just very grateful for this year. So I'm gonna say bye-bye. Do you guys have any final thoughts?
Treat yourself.
Oh,
I'm very proud of
Wait,
everyone. in
Wallace,
this
you didn't ask the
community.
question you said you were going to ask. I was ready to talk about my
I
favorite
know.
drama.
I'm sorry.
Duh,
I
I know.
decided, yeah, guys, okay, so my third initial question for the stream was I was going to ask people what their favorite author writer drama was of the year. But the more I thought about it, I was like, I don't know. I feel like that could open a can of worms and invite us to invite negativity into our life. And I was like, maybe I don't want to cultivate that. So
I think
Okay.
our collective
But-
goal for 2024 should be to start more drama.
no, I
Like we
completely
did Shudder or
disagree.
something. I don't know.
As Kelly said, I am trying to live a romanticized Studio Ghibli version of life.
And I am that Firefly movie.
Okay,
No,
everyone
Steve,
go to the cafe and let us know what your favorite drama of the year was.
please don't.
I
Guys.
want to know what your drama. I want to know what your
Okay,
favorite
then go
drama is
directly
that you
to my
thought of.
inbox.
You know what? Let me say this. Let's invite good gossip. You know, I've asked you what writing accomplishment are you most proud of this year of yourself. Go to the cafe and hype up other people and say, I'm proud of this person for accomplishing this. Go give me
Get
that.
out of here with the wholesome bullshit.
No.
We are the troublemakers. We cause trouble.
Here's my thing. The past couple weeks I've been like, I really want to gossip, but then I'm like, I don't want to gossip in a way that feels mean though. I want to hear about the good things that people are accomplishing and feel like /envious/ so proud of them. So let's all go gossip about Laura and about all the amazing things that she did this year. Let's all go gossip about Katie. Let's all go gossip about Devesha, Stieg, and every like Caitlin and everybody. Marta finishing a draft, like huge. Crystal, tell us
Everyone who did
about Mars and Revelry and how amazing it is. Like, I just go and give us good gossip in the cafe. That's my request.
And then give me the actual gossip in my DMs.
That's fine. In a private space, as you wish. All right. That's it. Brand.
See you next week.
Winter 23 outro. Bye-bye.